Welcome back to our detailed exploration of Star Wars, Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back, one of the darkest and most celebrated chapters in the Star Wars saga. George Lucas, who directed the first Star Wars film, handed over the directorial reins to Irvin Kershner, a former teacher of his from the University of Southern California School of Cinematic Arts. Kershner brought a deeper, more emotional tone to the film, which many fans and critics appreciated. The Empire Strikes Back marks the first appearance of Yoda, one of the most beloved characters in the Star Wars universe. Yoda was portrayed using a puppet created and operated by Frank Oz, who also voiced the character. The puppet's lifelike performance was groundbreaking at the time. Including all re-releases, The Empire Strikes Back has earned $292.8 million in the United States and Canada. The film's worldwide gross, including all re-releases, is approximately $538.4 million. This film, released in 1980, continues the story of Luke Skywalker, Darth Vader, and the Rebel Alliance, showing how the heroes struggle against the overwhelming power of the Galactic Empire. It's a film full of surprising twists, profound revelations, and emotional challenges. After the destruction of the Death Star 3 years ago, the Rebel Alliance has established a new secret base on the ice planet Hoth. The Imperial forces, particularly Darth Vader, for whom locating the rebels is a top priority, send out probe droids to find the rebel base. One of these probe droids is spotted and destroyed by Captain Han Solo and Chewbacca on Hoth, but not before it can send information back. Recognizing the shield generator of the base, Darth Vader orders several Star Destroyers to Hoth. Commander Luke Skywalker, meanwhile, is knocked unconscious by a Wampa, a native snow creature, and dragged to its cave. He eventually escapes using the Force. However, he cannot return to the Rebel Echo base on his own, as his Tauntaun mount has been killed by the Wampa, and he is too weakened to walk back. As he is near freezing, a vision of Obi-Wan Kenobi instructs him to go to the Dagobah system, where he will find Master Yoda, who will train him to become a Jedi Knight. Shortly after, Luke is rescued by Han Solo. Due to a mistake by an Imperial admiral, who is subsequently strangled by Vader, the rebels discover that the Imperial fleet has located the base, prompting them to begin an evacuation. After losing the defensive battle but successfully evacuating most of the rebels, the base is overrun and the remaining rebels are forced to flee. Darth Vader personally lands on the planet and leads his troops into Echo Base. Princess Leia Organa flees with Captain Solo and the protocol droid C-3PO aboard Solo's Millennium Falcon. Luke and R2-D2 escape in an X-Wing. Luke sets course for the Dagobah system as Obi-Wan had instructed him. The Millennium Falcon also escapes the blockade, but its hyperdrive is damaged. The Imperial Star Destroyers pursue the Falcon. Their fighters chase it into a nearby asteroid field, where the Falcon's crew manages to hide for a while. Meanwhile, Darth Vader is contacted by the Emperor, who expresses concern over the growing threat posed by Luke. However, Vader convinces him that they should turn Luke to the dark side rather than destroy him. Later, Vader places a high bounty and hires Boba Fett and other bounty hunters to track down the Millennium Falcon. Luke, meanwhile, arrives on the swampy planet Dagobah. He meets Yoda but does not recognize him at first. Yoda, initially skeptical of Luke, as he was with Anakin Skywalker, eventually agrees to train him. The Falcon, which must abandon its hiding place inside the mouth of a giant space creature in an asteroid, escapes the Imperial ships by docking on the rear side of a Star Destroyer's bridge, where it cannot be detected by its sensors. Before taking off, the Falcon floats away with the ship's jettisoned garbage. Boba Fett, however, is not fooled and follows Han to Bespin, a gas-mining cloud city. There, Han hopes to have his ship repaired by an old friend, Lando Calrissian, the administrator of the gas mine. Lando, however, has no choice but to betray his guests to the Empire to avoid suffering the power of the Empire. Darth Vader and his troops have reached the mine ahead of the Falcon. Meanwhile, Luke learns from Master Yoda how to use the Force. During his training, he experiences visions, including those of the future. Luke sees that Han and Leia will suffer. Yoda fears Luke might take the quick and easy path to the dark side and wants him to complete his training before confronting Darth Vader. Against Yoda's wishes, Luke sets out for Bespin to save his friends. Yoda stays behind and discusses the Force with Obi-Wan, mentioning that Luke is not the galaxy's only hope. There is another. The torture of Han turns out to be a trap set by Darth Vader to capture Luke and deliver him to Emperor Palpatine. Vader plans to freeze Luke in carbonite for this purpose. In Cloud City, C-3PO gets lost and is blasted to pieces. Chewbacca saves the pieces just in time to prevent them from being scrapped. Darth Vader freezes Han in carbonite to test the freezing process he intends to use on Luke. By now, Luke has arrived in Cloud City and is lured into a confrontation with Darth Vader. Lando realizes that Vader's promises are worthless, as Vader now plans to take the rest of the Millennium Falcon's crew as prisoners. Lando switches sides and helps Leia and Chewbacca escape. R2-D2, who couldn't follow Luke, reunites with Leia, Chewbacca, and Lando. They cannot stop Boba Fett from taking the carbonite-frozen Han away. Jabba the Hutt has placed a bounty on Han in Tatooine. Leia, Chewbacca, Lando, and the two droids return to the Falcon. R2-D2 discovers from the central computer that the ship's hyperdrive has been repaired but was deactivated. Meanwhile, Luke battles the overwhelming Darth Vader, losing his right hand and his lightsaber in the fight. Vader reveals a dark secret to him. He is Luke's father. Luke, unwilling to believe this, flees. Using the Force, he calls out to Leia, who senses his presence, and he is rescued at the last moment. R2 reactivates the Falcon's hyperdrive just in time to escape the Star Destroyers in orbit. Reaching the Rebel rendezvous point, Luke receives a new cybernetic hand. Lando and Chewbacca set out to Tatooine to rescue Han Solo. Star Wars Episode 5 The Empire Strikes Back is a deep and intense chapter of the saga that tests the characters and sets the stage for the epic events of the following films. It's a film that shows the difficult path to saving the galaxy, but it reminds us that there is always hope, even in the darkest moments. We hope you enjoyed this detailed exploration. If you want to see more Star Wars content, let us know in the comments, like the video, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Until then, see you in the next episode.